Peace, 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 peace to the brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, gods and goddesses, kings and queens. I am Chocolate Amun Ra, and this is the morning message. Because I have to do the morning message like this, you know, because it's time consuming, I got to do it the way I have to do it, but does not stop the morning message. Now, today's morning message, and before we give the morning message, let's pay all due respects to the Creator. The sun rises. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Amun. Peace, peace. All right, y'all, listen here. Let me ask y'all this question. More of a question, and then from there is how can I say? Is it a theory or is it real? Now, a lot of us is conscious minded. Basically, we woken up to the truth, right? Okay, you woken up to the truth, and now you start to learn. You start to learn that everything you thought it was, or everything you assume it was, you basically found out the truth about our own people, the melanin race. Even though the truth is a lie, and then the lie is a truth, that's basically you unwinding. Okay, now, saying that, does this makes you a better human being? Does it change your personality because now you know your history to a certain degree? Because the reason why I state this is because I'm finding out a lot of brothers and sisters that is aware on society and aware of the history, right? Of history, but their behavior and their personality is still the same. So, if their behavior and their personality is still the same, I know education is supposed to make you a better person to a certain degree. It's supposed to. But I found out a lot of people, that don't change them. They misguided, corrupted, slick, because they don't trust nobody. Now, just because you get your education and you reconstruct the way you think, and you change your mindset, I think a lot of people need to start meditating. Yes, meditating. That's my opinion. You don't have to, because you ain't gonna do it if you don't want to. Because most people do what they want to do because they comfortable in the way society is. They'll sit there and tell you how they changed and all that, but in reality they ain't changed, because you just don't change overnight. Your behavior and your personality, that takes time. How long? I don't know. You understand? Because you can fall into patterns easily. You can easily fall into patterns. Okay? You can fall into patterns and still do corrupt things, still be misguided, even though you're conscious-minded or aware of history, our historical history. Our historical history, and you know how society is, how it's running this game. So I say this to say that. So many of you are aware, and you have your understanding, but your personality have not changed. Your character have not changed. I'm not saying because somebody sit there and mention certain attributes about our melanin race. No. I'm talking about you as an individual, how you behave. You understand? Point blank. You know what I'm talking about. So at the end of the day, you think with this knowledge you possess, you have changed your ways? So do you? I'm asking you. Do you think because you change your ways, did you So I ask you these questions, and the reason why I ask you these questions is because, sometimes you need to know things. But, just for the record, and telling you all that when you read your books and you do your documentaries and you truly believe in your heritage, that's a beautiful thing. But does it change your personality? Are you still living a lie? Are you still living a lie? Because see, I'm going to tell you something. Some of you are so comfortable with the way the world is. Because so many of you say, well, this is the way of the world. And you're correct. You are correct. It is the way of the world. But are you have to participate in the way of the world? That's what you got to ask yourself. That's what you need to tell yourself. Are you participating in the world? And still have the knowledge. Because you know what? Millions of us are still doing it. You have not truly sacrificed yourself of changing who you are to become a new creation. I realize that. I realize that for myself. Did I change? Am I still participating, So, does this make you a better human being? Because we still be participating with the worldly things. We keep talking about our brothers and sisters, kings and queens and gods and goddesses, and we keep talking about how we so pro-black, but you still participate. And I'm gonna tell you something. I am included in this is because a lot of things I still be socializing myself with, and I know I have to change these things. I'm telling you, me, Chocolate Amun Ra, I got to change a lot of these behaviors. I'm not talking about just you. I'm talking about just me too. Like I started off with Mother's Day. Now Mother's Day is not just one damn day. Mother's Day is every day. So I had to realize that. My mother used to say that when I was young. My mother used to sit there and say, every day is Mother's Day. Don't come in here with that. And because you be part of the world, you go, Mom, why would you say that? But it's the fact. It's just true. Every day is Mother's Day. So then I realized it hit me like a ton of bricks. I need to stop this bullcrap. Stop trying to change the rules but keep the same concept. You understand? I said, I need to stop doing that because we've not. We change the rules in our minds, but keep the same concept. I did that last year for Thanksgiving, even though I said African festival, but you know what it wasn't? African festival, I'm not going to do that this year. I'm going to reconstruct and cleanse that out. Point blank. Cleanse it out. And that's when I realized, are we participating in these different type of events? Are we doing these things and changing the whole dialogue, changing the whole entire dialogue when we're not supposed to be doing it? So we need to stick to our guns, and I got to stick to my guns. Meaning that if you believe in what you believe in, and if you truly believe in what you believe in, you got to stay who you really are. There is no half-stepping in Revelation chapter 3, verse 16. You're not hot, you're not cold. You lukewarm. And I will vomit you out my mouth. Vomit you out my mouth. Anybody know the Bible? You know that scripture. So saying this to saying that, we got to stick to our guns. And that's point blank. That's what we need to do. And you believe in what you believe in. The spiritual enlightenment system that flows through all things. So, the knowledge that you possess, does it change you? Do you become a better human being? A better human being? Or you got the same personality because you're comfortable in your own skin and the way society gets it set up? As long as it ain't you, you ain't got to worry about it. So, a lot of people, this is the concept. This is the concept that a lot of people feel comfortable with. You know, even brothers and sisters, kings and queens and gods and goddesses, you're comfortable. That's why you'll put in that phrase, I know who I am. But are you living that life fully, abundantly? That's the point. Think about something to think about. Did you change your behavior? Did you change your personality? Did you change, became a new creator, a new creation? Or you just hot and cold? And you're comfortable the way society is, so you just keep, you know, I'm comfortable, I'm good. I got my house, I got my car, I got my kids, I'm great. So then that's why you do what you do. You gotta stay steadfast. That's the truth. You gotta stay steadfast. So you're gonna change your behavior, then change your behavior. Change your personality. Become greater. Understand that. Become greater. This is Chocolate Amun Ra, and this is the morning message. Peace.